We're going to start this stream, start this recording, and who's going to recap what happened last time?
Who should?
You.
I think Dunnigan should actually, yeah.
Yeah, our new friend.
Okay. Do you want what actually happened or the Dunnigan version?
I want the
happened?
Dunnigan version.
Okay.
And then I want the actual version.
I was like, he was so into the character. Does he know what happened, or was he just focused on puppies?
Oh no, I have no idea what actually happened. Because I was so into character, like I was kind of vibing. I know words were being said, but I wasn't here. All right, so you ready?
Oh, we're ready.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I better mute myself.
right there's this big plant guy, a little plant guy. She, they, I'm not really sure, came in and talked about my cube, my sphere. But I didn't really care what they said because they had a puppy. And I followed that puppy back to their home. And now I get the puppy playtime whenever I want. And there was more puppies there too. There was this sharp puppy that didn't want me to pet it. But I'm gonna pet that puppy. I'll pet that puppy as good as I can. I tried to pet the puppy. I tried for a long time, and I sat in this one room. The puppy, the sharp puppy that is, didn't let me pet it. But then, in my dreamy times, I got to fight this one dude. Man, he went down easy. I gave him the old 1, 3, 5, 6. He didn't like it much, but he didn't get to say nothing. Yeah, that's what happened. So, all in all, puppy playtime, kitty good time. Anybody else care to actually tell what happened?
No, I want you to say what really happened now.
I wasn't lying, dude.
He doesn't know. He was too much in the character.
I know, it's great.
I think that they was talking to some peoples at the churches. Don't know was it for, or was it why, but they's been talking to the church peoples. Other than that, I don't know. There's this one guy, he talks real funny. He don't even know how to proper speak. Always mixing up his words and such. That's all I knows. Talking about Vigo and Thieves' Cant.
I presumed as much.
Oh man, I love it.
Very good, Dunnigan. Very good.
Any more serious recap from last week? But thank you, Dunnigan. That was very good. And thank you, Christian. Well done.
Thank you.
The unseen dust was able to facilitate the quiet exchange of the Church of Bane for the Church of Palor. And when we visited, we were surprised to find that the Church of Palor was now being praised and worshipped in this town. And there was no sign that Bane's people had ever been here. There was a little confusion in the population as the prayers looked a little different and the priests were dressed a little differently, but they seemed to be kind of working around to it. We made contact with Raedra and was told that more supporting forces would be funneled in, and Vance would be teleporting people hither and yon. We felt pity for them, and I think Vigo offered a few prayers, or at least coinage, to the church for them to take care of that. It was a brief meeting at the Kiss My Mast, where the party encountered our very tall, very large, great sword wielding Dunnigan, and Mood and his companion made friends with him, and Dunnigan agreed to come back with us to the keep, and we've kind of made him part of the party, as we sort of need someone who can stand alongside Sig up front and deal battle with the melee types in combat. And Dunnigan seems like the kind of guy that would enjoy doing that kind of stuff. We are waiting word from Raedra on the next town that she wants us to go to, and we know for right now the goal is don't wipe out the population. Try to take the town, much like we did Raventown here, quietly, with only getting rid of those that we need to get rid of, but leaving the population intact, and as we spread things along. But our goal is to take over the rest of the towns and cities and villages within Iendis's territory, and then proceed onward from there. So that's our next goal, is waiting for Raedra to direct us where to go next.
Perfect.
And our DM is still muted.
No, I'm not muted. I was listening. I'm listening and typing. Perfect. So you guys have some free time, roughly about a week or so before you need to move out. Raedra has given you two options, Xenaeus or Krath. Logically, Krath makes more sense to go to next. Hold on, let me actually do this so you guys can see. Let's get you guys out of Raventown for a second here. So, you know what? I'll just show you all these ones as well, because it'd be easy enough to find out about them. Boom. And there you go. So those are the 5 major cities in Iendis's territory: Raventown, Krath, Xenaeus, Zelling, and Idowell.
Strategically speaking, taking Kroth to the northeast makes the most sense, because that allows us to isolate the southern peninsula and hold the 2 major points on both east and west coast. That would give us kind of a line to proceed north from, and not leave anybody behind us to the south. If we were to go up to Xenaeus, that would leave us open to both attacks from the east and the west from possible other forces. So to me, it makes more sense to go to Kroth first.
Those are roughly the main roadways between the cities.
Thank you, sir.
What is... Yes, I agree. Yeah, Kroth would be the next major city for us to take. What is on the coast and the islands that are around?
Wilderness, no necessarily towns, cities, anything like that.
Okay.
The seas were mainly avoided due to the tension between the 2 continents.
Okay.
Are there any fishing villages on these barrier islands in this area that we've been talking about?
On the islands, there wouldn't be. On the coastline, there would be. But there are smaller villages that really don't matter per se. You guys can go there if you wish to. But I just put the major cities on the map for you guys.
Okay.
There's no city like there?
No.
Okay.
All right.
We should build a city there.
Mel, what do you think?
I zoned out.
Mel, what do you think?
I zoned out.
Okay.
We have 2 choices.
Hold on.
I
We'll
think
move
we should go
over.
to Krath.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Stig, what's your vote?
I think we should go up the coastline and secure the coast so we can easier get supplies in.
Because that's how we're getting in, isn't
Well,
it? That's how everybody's going.
Krath or Xenos?
I don't have the map in front of me at this exact second. Give me a second.
So Kraith is closer and on like more south if we wanted to take every city going north.
Yeah, definitely Kraith.
Okay. And
Sorry, I was tabbed out.
for the Coast Guard, that might be someone else's like another part of our organization's job. Maybe if they're lower level, they could take out or they could start occupying the villages on their way up. That's probably what they're going to do because we're trying to take this whole territory, right?
Correct.
So I'm assuming Raedra has some plan to occupy the smaller areas with a different force, and we are tasked with taking out the harder, stronger areas.
Sure, we'll go with that because
Yeah.
we're going to have faith that someone who employs Vance to teleport people is going to have more of a plan than that. Okay, so I think the vote is to go to Kraith first.
Is there somewhere I can fight people in Grace?
Most likely,
We're
yes.
we're going to go find that out. Yeah.
I vote Grace.
All right. Sounds unanimous.
Vigo, a young child approaches you and says, "I have a message for you, sir," and hands you a envelope.
I will tip him 2 copper and say thank you very much.
And he'll rush off.
Is that note for me somewhere?
Yep, it's under important documents. While he's reading his note, what does anybody else want to do? I'm fixing a typo that I had.
What time is this?
We'll say it's roughly around noonish.
Is it after the week of downtime? Before the week of downtime? What are we doing?
We'll say during.
During? Okay, so one day during the...
Yeah.
I'm training with
Miramon.
or if it's the middle of the week, I have a dream sequence to do with Vigo, I guess, because Silas isn't here.
I love the dream sequences.
Okay. Vigo will reference the note, and am I the only one who can read this, or can anybody else see it?
Everyone can see it, but you're the one that'll understand what the implications behind it. It's in Thieves' Camp.
Okay. So I know a guy who we should look for at the Romantic Owl. It's an inn in town. I'm told I've heard that the church in Kraith is much the same as the church here, with some lovely sermons that we should enjoy. And there is a small manor that Iandis used to have with some associates there, and they're very loyal. So we may have to look into that. But we'll go from there. And I fold the note up and put it back in my pocket.
Vigo, make an intelligence check for me, please. Okay, perfect. All right. Does anyone else want to do anything in town before we do like a dream sequence or anything else like that?
Nope.
Nah.
Okay. Mood, the floor is yours.
Okay. So, Vigo, what are you dreaming about on... This would be the day that you finally got over your resurrection sickness.
Oh, Well,
So it's like going into the day that you know that you're going to be fully recovered. What are you dreaming about?
well, there's a door in front of me. I'm sitting in a small room. There's a door in each of the walls. And the door in front of me has a series of locks that are interconnected. And it's a puzzle to figure out which lock to unlock first to unlock the next lock to unlock the next lock. But if I guess the wrong lock, they all relock and I have to go back and rerun the sequence again. So this is what Vigo dreams of, is solving puzzles like this, where dexterity and focus and attention is critical.
Okay.
And all the doors have similar locks.
Okay. I guess once you open a lock, it opens up, and then just Mood's standing there, just like, "Hi."
Ah, it's you again.
Yes. As you know, I've been doing some training with Mermon, and it's quite fascinating how much training can unlock potential when you've never done it before.
Yeah, I'm all about training, which is how I got to this place.
So I've learned a fun trick. It's the first time I actually learned something, and it didn't just come to me.
That's
And
good.
then he'll like touch you. He'll like grab your like the shirt on like your shoulder, like your neckline, and then he just kind of like puts his other hand on your other shoulder, and then kind of just pulls, and then like another you comes out, and it's just standing there. And I'm like, see, I learned to do that.
Vigo just stares at him.
It is completely naked.
It's clothed here.
Oh, is it? Well, that's fair.
It's clothed here.
That's fair.
It's clothed here. It's just a pure copy of Vigo at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
see?
remember getting that scar, and I remember getting that scar. That one was a good lesson learned. I had to go back and do more training after that one. So, what is it?
It's you.
No, I'm me.
Right. I did the same thing with Silas. Actually, I'm doing the same thing with Silas right now.
You made another me from Silas?
No, I made another him from him.
So
It's very
you made
interesting.
Okay. So
I can't
what does it do?
It's just another you. Ta-ta! And then both of them will like vanish, and then the door will relock, and the locks will now slowly just like they're almost wiggly. And your dream will take a little longer than normal.
Wiggly
then-
locks.
Yep,
Okay.
it's just more challenge, or more challenge for your skills.
Vigo resumes taking locks.
All right.
So all that means is he's going to sleep for an extra 2 hours. And does our organization have like generic equipment?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll equip.
There's also generic equipment in the keep that you could use.
Okay, I'll find the appropriate equipment and
Yeah.
equip them up. And then I'm gonna
Pretty much anything non-magical you
Yeah.
can get in the adventuring book or whatever.
Other than that, they're gonna look like the Doom Grogs till we all get back together. unless like someone can see through an illusion.
Okay. As a Miramond's the only one who'd be able to see it, I believe,
Yeah.
in town. So.
I would have done it with him there. Be like, bro, it worked.
All right. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Vigo, you
that's
wake up a little later than you used to.
Well, I had the weirdest dream last night. And I know mood is mood, and you know there's weird things going on with mood, but this was just on a new level. He made another me in my dream. You know, I mean, can you imagine that?
No? Yes? Both?
I mean, it's mood. Need I say more?
Well, I
Clothing?
Do we expect anything less from him? He's probably
Touche.
in there messing with you again.
yeah, because then he made all the locks change. So it was weird. But all right, well, okay, but nothing else weird. I'm sorry I slept in so late. I must have been more tired than I really thought, but I feel better today.
He
I am,
looked inside my head too. Ain't much in there.
He springs that on you. It is not the most fun.
It was plenty fun. I mean, one time I got to fight this guy in my dream. And there was a bunch of hymns. And I mean, they were all clapping when I killed the dude.
As long as it makes you happy, my friend.
I'm very happy. Are there any puppies in the near vicinity? You know,
I'm
The
going to
plant
ask you for
puppy
your
or the shark
favorite
puppy?
check.
Perception?
Yes.
Hell yeah. One sec. There's my character. Pop that perk 30. Bam! Yeah, baby!
You do find a stray puppy roaming around the town.
Incredible. I shall adopt the puppy.
Make an animal handling check.
You'd think I'd have gotten proficiency in this, but you know.
Vigo slipped some pocket bacon into Dooney's pocket. Does he get a bonus?
Vigo, make a sleight of hand check. Yeah, easy enough to do. Dunnigan does not notice.
Does he get a bonus to his animal handling roll?
Dunnigan, roll a D100 for me.
Yes, indeed. The 32.
The puppy is... what's the word I'm looking for? Tentative at first, but eventually does come over and lets you pet it.
Yes.
And you officially have a puppy. Make an intelligence check for me.
No.
Okay. Thank you. Perfect.
I shall
Not sure I want to know what
you.
that perfect means.
That's
What
for me
should
to
I
know.
name you? You will be George. No, not George. George is a bad name.
I'm trying to think of what character you remind me of with that voice. And no, not the one you've already said. Like some cartoon. I just can't remember who.
Bugs Bunny. I will name him George, and I will love him and squeeze him. It's the
No,
big.
no, no. That's Lenny. That's Lenny from Of
I know.
Mice and Men, but he's the giant. He goes, and I will love him and squeeze him and call him George.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's the
like the
voice.
voice tone though is
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The voice that you're doing is not Lenny,
No, it's not Lenny.
but I know what you're going for. But I'm trying to think what Brandon's going for. Give me a minute on that one.
yeah. I don't know. It'll come to me eventually.
I'll call him Mustard.
All
I
right.
got Sphere, I got Boy, and I got Mustard. What more could a man want? Going in bio. Mustard. No A. The puppy. I'm gonna put that in.
Ned from South Park.
I know what you mean. He does talk like this.
Well, yeah, but he's got that.
He's got the
vibrator
voice box.
vocalizer. He's got the voice. Yeah, the vocalizer thing.
How do I put Mustard in important items? No, in characters. There he is.
No, hold on. Nope, I'm deleting him.
No.
'Cause I messed up.
I'm very sad.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, continuing on.
What is the approximate size of Mustard?
Do not worry about any of that. You don't get to
Okay.
put any of that information in.
I was just wondering if I could hold him, man.
You can hold him. Yeah. He's a
Okay.
medium creature.
Good. I'm gonna hold Mustard.
I mean, he's technically small right now. But yeah.
That sounds incredible. Do I need to start taking levels in Beast Tamer Ranger or something?
Entirely up to you.
I don't wanna.
And down.
I don't think that would occur to your character.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either.
All right. That's all you know about your dog.
His name's Mustard.
Eventually, I'll find a good picture that I like.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything? Okay. If no one else has anything, we'll skip to the end of the week. We're
I would like to acquire the basic necessities to care for Mustard.
all right. We'll say you spend about 1 gold on everything you're gonna need to be covered for a while.
Yeah. That takes me down to 514. Yeah. Nothing else for me.
All right. Anyone else? I'll talk with Silas in the off week to see if he has anything he needs to do. Anything else you're doing this week, Mood?
I'm just training with Mermod. I've got nothing till we all meet up again.
Okay. Vigo?
No, I think I'm good for now. Thank you.
All right. Melisande?
I think I kind of just hang out around town, maybe go help the stall or the stall lady again. Go in there and help her out a bit. Just kind of chill.
Yeah, and every time she does try to pay you.
which I refuse.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, Sig.
Not a whole lot. No, nothing.
All right, perfect. So the end of the week approaches, and Vance enters the castle. Says, "Greetings, friends. Raedra has given me your next mission."
Cool.
And he goes, "Oh, I'm famished," and he goes to like the kitchen and grabs some food and whatnot. And as he's sitting,
Of course he does.
of course he does. As he's sitting down talking to you, he says, "You can choose between visiting Kraith or going to Zenas, and you've chosen Kraith, yes?
He is.
Okay. The thing is, takeover, preferably not hostile. As few casualties as possible.
So,
we'd like to
Kind of
see-
like what we did here.
Yes, you guys did a wonderful job with this city. Raedra is hoping that this success will continue on for the rest of Iandis' territory. We currently have scouts in the field trying to get reports of the next dragon rider that you may possibly be facing.
Oh, fantastic. I cannot wait.
What's a dragon rider?
Do you know what a dragon is?
Scaly puppy.
Close
Uh,
enough.
Vance will point at Cora and be like, "One just like her, only much, much larger, breathes some sort of poison, fire, whatever the case may be. You were not here, I don't believe, when they took down the black dragon, but it is a person who is bonded with a dragon, making them very powerful."
So sharp, scaly puppy.
Yes.
Oh, that's sad. That's all for me.
Well, but oftentimes the sharp, scaly puppies are accompanied by other people, maybe smaller than you, but bigger than me, who kind of need to be punched and hit a lot. Would that make you happy again? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so we're clear, and Vigo points at Cora and says, "You don't hit that sharp, scaly puppy. Ever. Never.
Of course.
The
not.
really, really big ones, you can hit unless we say no. That clear?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Right.
I take it there was a vertical head nod there.
No, there's no head movement. Just.
We'll point them out specifically for you.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Also, just I guess send this to Brandon.
Oh boy.
You know what that rolls for. The sphere remains unsolved.
That it does. What do you got to get to solve it again?
Under a 5.
That's what I thought. Is that just for notes purposes, Banana?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, who is this person? Maybe person eating my food. Sorry, our food.
Oh, I have not introduced myself. My name is Vance. I am the liaison for the Company of the Silver Bell, I believe you are calling yourselves, yes?
Yes. That's correct.
Between the Company of the Silver Bell and the TOV. Even though you are part of the TV, you understand what I'm saying.
Vance tries to help us move from one place to another very quickly.
Mm,
Sometimes successfully, sometimes not.
mm.
Vigo would like to eye Vance. If at any points he takes both hands off his staff.
You don't see a staff.
Damn. I'm still checking him out.
He does look at you kind of sheepishly and go, I do apologize for our initial misgivings. There was no ill will, I promise.
Vigo remains silent.
What does Vance smell like?
Make a perception check for me.
He seems like a vanilla bean and lavender.
That's a 12. Do I get any bonuses for stuff like that? Let me. I don't know.
He's more of like definitely the lavender, but more of a citrus.
You smell funny.
And there's also like a leathery smell. With your intelligence, you wouldn't know what that smell is.
He smells funny. You know, I tend to forget that I have incredible eyesight. Like in character, the character. Because I took aspect of the eagle for my second thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's great.
So I'm tough and can see far. So how do his pores look?
His pores?
His pores, yes.
They look open, like he takes real good care of his skin. And he's an elf.
That is all. That's all for me. I told him he smells funny.
Okay. He kind of looks at himself and like, how do I smell funny?
You smell like you don't do nothing important. Like killing things or petting puppies.
I do both of those things, but I am bathed, as you might say. Do you know what a bath is, good sir?
The bath ruins it!
That explains a lot. And he's going to use prestidigitation to clean you.
No! I'm gonna flee.
Hold on. Before you flee, I'm going to need you to roll a... hold on.
Dex save?
No.
Constitution?
Roll a D100 for me.
It's got to be a Constitution check to see if the mites and the fleas in his fur survived the cleansing.
That's the third D100 I've rolled today.
I know.
On a roll.
And I'm here for it all. What is it, 49?
Yeah, 49.
Let's see here. Mel, what's your favorite flower?
Dandelion.
Dandelion?
Right now it's spring. Yep.
Okay. Then again, you now smell like dandelions.
Oh!
Hey, that's not bad. It's like an maybe earthy smell. You still smell okay. He should still smell okay to himself.
You got rid of my musk. Now, how will I attract the ladies? How dare you? Now, mind you, Dunnigan has never attracted a singular lady.
Not a singular one, but multiple ones. That's another story.
Has anybody ever smelled what male goats smell like when they're in the mood,
heat?
when they're around other goats that are in heat?
Can't say that I have.
I'd say that's what I'm guessing Dunnigan smelled like.
Sure. Yeah,
You said
sure.
female
Interesting.
goats.
Let's go with that.
No, I'm talking about male goats. They like throw their piss and their poo all over themselves, and
I was thinking more of
It's
mix
quite
between
smell.
wet deer and wet dog, but I'll go with piss
that
goat
yeah, roll
as
around
well.
in the mud
Oh,
and the
dear
wet
Jeebus.
grass.
I'll-
Yes.
I'm with piss goat. Yeah, I'm with it.
Piss goat.
It's my
It's quite
least
the
favorite
smell.
sentence.
Oh,
ever.
the smell of dandelions pervades the air as we move forward here.
Right?
I'm stopping there. I'm refunding everybody, but
Thank
Mel and Christian.
Thank you.
You're certainly
Thank you, Mel.
Good game. Stream's over. No, anyways. So Dunnigan gets changed to smell like dandelions and runs off.
You know, Vance, for once, you did something I appreciate.
Only once. I have something that. Do you trust me?
That is a bit of a loaded question when it comes to Vigo. I don't think you trust anybody.
Vigo palms the blink dagger.
Can I borrow your lockpicks for a day?
Am I supposed to trust you with these things? You know, they're kind of sentimental to me at this point.
I'll
I'm talking
return,
my lucky lockpick here.
I'll return them by tomorrow morning before you leave.
I shouldn't, but I'm going to trust you, Vance, one time. Because if you mess up my lucky lockpick, it's on.
I promise
Vigo
I
will
will
hand
not
over his
ruin it.
lockpicks. Vigo will, one hand will reach into his belt as though he's pulling them out, and then he produces them from within his sleeve instead.
Okay.
Because he has fast hands and can do that.
Vance does not notice the misdirection. He just thinks you pulled it from his belt, from your belt. I fully see that happening in like a downtime thing, Christian.
Yes.
Well, doesn't Mustard need a bath once in a while? So maybe if Mustard's scared of the water, we'll just explain to Dunnigan that, Dunny, you need to go first so that he understands it's safe and good for him, and you have a good time with it yourself.
Bathe them at the same time.
We'll
They'll
work
help
on that
you out.
later, but we need to bathe you first so that Mustard can see that it's a good thing too. You got to set a good example for him. It's part of the training process.
I feel like he wouldn't feel that he wouldn't think there was a need to bathe the puppy because
Absolutely correct.
it's not gonna bother him if he smells. It doesn't bother him. It's not gonna bother him if the puppy smells. So
Will you let the puppy bathe you?
I could see that happening.
Would you let the puppy bathe you if you didn't know you were getting bathed?
You mean puppy kisses?
I mean, kinda.
I love puppy kisses.
Why do I see this more as the scene in the movie The Wolverine when the two Japanese ladies are scouring down Logan in the tub with those brushes from arm's length? And there's a threat of violence constantly in the air.
I am absolutely with it.
What if your bathing was also a training session?
We going for a straight up montage here?
What if we could bathe him while also practicing our combat expertise?
So
Bath
wait,
time brawl.
we have to.
It's the
we have
bath
to-
time brawl! Yes!
Vigo's going to let Mood run with that one, and Vigo's just going to go somewhere else and worry about his lockpicks being in Vance's hands.
Now let's continue with the main story instead of my side stuff. Did Vance even leave the house yet?
You see like a
Locked up.
bubble. He goes into like a corner and a bubble appears around him, and he just sits there like concentrating on the lockpicks. You can He allows it so you can see into this bubble, Vigo, so you can see that what he's doing to your lockpicks.
I'm not sure what it is because I'm not an arcane type, but I got a funny feeling if I get my hands on some of that magical stuff, I might be able to use it myself. So, yeah, I'll keep an eye on him for a while.
Okay. All right. So the rest of the day is yours to do with as you please. The town seems to be going well. The new church has sprouted and is a testament to Palor.
Don't you mean it has dawned anew?
Vigo, I have a timeout channel, your name on it. Although now that Christian's back, it might change back.
I'm gonna grab Vigo and Silas after this meeting.
Okay.
Any more food?
Go for it, Mood.
Okay. So I'll be like, hey, I finally got them done.
Fiona,
Hey, got food.
Got what done?
I only chicken.
Oops.
You! And then the illusion drops on the Doomgrogs that have been following me around, and it looks, and there's a copy of you, and your clothes are similar, but it's like if you went in and was like, I want to fanboy our organization.
Oh God.
Oh no!
It's similar to both of them.
So
But
you've
at least
taken them.
you can look at it, and then when you look at it a little more, you can realize, oh, there's a very easy ways to just like curl here, flip there, and then it's almost identical.
So you took them to the Spirit Halloween store and bought them
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Captain Jack Sparrow costume.
The big difference is he's not wielding a dagger; he's got a short bow.
Vigo has a short bow.
Vigo has a short bow, or at least the short bow is more prominent on him.
Okay, and does he have a dagger at all?
He has a short sword, no dagger.
Vigo will reach into the crown royal bag of holding, and produce a +1 dagger, and present it and say, if you're going to keep the illusion up, you got to look the part.
He'll basically thank you like you would thank yourself, except there's a yeah. He likes to use the words smaller people.
Okay.
Any point in which you would have used the words proper sized people.
I figured as much.
Other than that, it's a mirror. At least so far.
Okay, wonderful. This is a huge boon, Mood, and will he follow you around? Does he do what you do, or do I tell him what to do, or how does he work?
He has a nice job of protecting him, and I point to the copy of Silas.
I understand. Well, in that case, I'm going to hand him a couple of health potions.
Okay.
So, again, dipping into the crown royal bag of holding. Hang on one second. Let me check my inventory. Give me a second. I got to find them.
No worries.
I say he can. I mean, they can do more or less anything you guys can do. It's a pain in the ass to heal them.
Can a potion heal him?
No.
Okay, well,
No, it can't.
all
That's
right.
actually
So
quite
Vigo,
important. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they can't. Can-
Vigo will hand him 2 regular potions of healing, and 1 superior potion of healing. So 2 regulars and 1 superior. And that way, if need be, I guess he can run around and administer those to other people who might need them. So not only can I do it, he can do it. And can he do everything I can do?
Yes. Yes. You should be able to do everything you can. And you should know everything you knew pre-last, I'll just say Wednesday.
Okay. Very interesting mood. And does he just stay near you, or can you send him away? Or
Oh no, he's complete. He can be. If I let him, he can go be completely autonomous. Like he's acting like you would if you were like right there, wanting to be near Silas. It was like you were given a mission to guard Silas, and he's basically acting like you would be.
how do you communicate with him?
I believe I have to talk to him, but I might have some kind of communication. I think it's just talking.
Is there can you like your kids? Can you talk to them when they're not physically standing next to you?
That I can. I think with them I have to give them actual. Yeah, I have to talk to them. I don't have any telepathic communication with them.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I've got the. I've got 2 sending stones, but didn't we give 1 to Vance?
No, we haven't given any to anybody.
Okay, so I still have both of them.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll mark off the 3 healing potions, and like I said, if he's with us or near us, and one of us needs it, and I can't get to the person, maybe he can. So that's why I'm gonna keep him as a backup guy.
Well, I'm hoping that they will probably not have to be near any combat, so that we don't have to worry as much about Silas dying. Because if he dies, he can bring him back. Is my thinking.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that way we don't have to be like, let's take Silas and get him completely out of the combat, just in case, as our best option. Now, we can get him into the combat. We can go full force, full hammer. And
Okay.
then even if he dies or goes down, we still have the option to get him back. And it will give us a higher likelihood of succeeding when we're in the moment. Because we don't have to worry about, if he dies and then another person dies, we can't get either of them back. But now we can. So I'm thinking we keep these guys. Basically, I'm thinking we always have someone on this Silas, and I point to the copy.
I actually did give 1 pair of summoning stones, 1/2 of 1 to Raedra.
Okay.
So we always have a communication back to her.
Okay. That's good.
Hey, no, I like that idea. It's very good. And does it cost you anything to make these up?
12 hours of my time.
Okay.
And technically your guys' time too, but you guys can be sleeping while that happens. So
Okay. Okay. So that's why I slept in.
That is why that day you slept a little longer than normal, yes.
Okay. And can you only do this with 2, or could you spend more time and make all of us again?
If we find 1,500 gold pieces of rubies, I can make a 3rd person. But I can only ever have the 3 up at a time. If we do it, yes. 1,500 gold pieces. And I can get a 3rd person. Otherwise, I can only make 2.
Interesting.
And I
Okay.
can't make myself, Raedra, or Mermon when they're in their dragon forms. I can do it when they're in their human forms. I can't do it when they're in their dragon forms.
Would they be able to transform into the dragon form?
Not really.
Okay.
Because it's more like a revert back. It gets a little iffy there, but I'm just going to say it's easier just to say no. Because
Yeah.
then why would we not have two dragons with superpower. I think like, yeah.
Yeah.
If these guys said no, I was gonna have a copy of Mermon and Vance, and that would have been bonkers powerful. But
Yeah, it would've.
this is more fun. And I'm very sad I can't make a copy of myself.
However, your DM is grateful. Ah.
Okay, good to know.
What
Thank
the
you.
fuck are you, dude? Like,
Huh?
th-
Mood.
what?
Yeah, he's mood.
Mood.
It's the subclass from one of the Kobold books, right? I think it was.
Yeah, but that doesn't give too much. That lets me do a lot of my teleporting abilities. Well, at least the movement of teleport. You almost never see Mood walk. He always disappears and reappears. every
Amazing.
15
Incredible.
feet you would walk, he just kind of vanishes and then appears, and then vanishes and appears again. Vanish, appear, vanish, appear,
You're-
vanish, appear.
You're just apparating.
A little bit, yeah.
I just feel like you're Fred and George in Order of the Phoenix, just apparating everywhere because they just can now.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah, so I'd show him that. We'll get Silas's reaction when he gets that time. They're gonna go. Yeah, they'll probably stay by me till we have a base.
All right.
I start asking Vigo and Silas a bunch of very loudly asking them very personal questions that they will then answer, but Mood doesn't really care, so he'll forget them. And yeah.
Alrighty. If nobody else has anything, the next morning, the bubble around Vance comes down, and Vance will hold out your lockpick to you.
You go, well, I suspiciously, but take it back and begin looking it over. Actually, the entire set, because it is a set. What'd you do?
Look in the items. So, and when you roll in that one with lockpicking, currently, your lockpicks break.
Right.
Now there's a chance that they won't.
Vigo's lucky lockpicks. Cool.
Says
Okay.
says to you,
That's awesome.
hopefully you can learn to trust me a little bit more. So,
I'll put these to good use, and if they work, I'll think about it.
all right. So
Thank you.
I have edited your thieves tools so that it'll automatically have that +2 added in.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Alrighty.
The other Vigo hugs Vance and goes, "I love you, Vance," and then slides back.
Vigo, the real Vigo, glares at Mood and goes, "Screwed that part up, didn't you?"
What? Huh? I only told him to say how he really feels.
Got that part wrong, huh?
So Vance will look at you, Vigo, instead of the simulacrum and go, "Don't worry, Vigo. I love you too." And he'll begin to
You don't know me too well.
he'll begin to cast a spell and disappear. Well, technically he's not attuned to the castle. He will leave the castle, then cast a spell and disappear.
Well, it's the next day, right? Are we
Yeah.
moving? Does he have a close teleportation spot that he knows?
He's heading back
walking
to
there?
Luxor.
Right. Are we headed to there now?
You guys, I thought were heading to Crab.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to Craft.
Right. Okay. How are we getting to Craft?
Walking.
I can get us close. Yeah, I can get us close. Actually, I can get us right outside the city. If we want to try that.
Pray tell how.
I'm going to wiggle my magic fingers. We're going to go to some place that's might be... I don't know if scary is the right word. It's just going to be different. And then we're going to appear close enough to Kraith. Because it's a major city. Because I could do this in less than a day because of what our lovely Mermon has taught me.
You gonna bounce us off anything like Vance does?
No, I can do that spell, but the likelihood that we go somewhere completely different is a little too high for my liking.
That doesn't stop Vance, so if you can do it safer than Vance does, okay, Mood, I'll give you a shot.
I can do it safer than Vance does. So, do we want to try that first?
You can bring the puppy.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's what I was about to ask. If I could bring Mustard with me.
How many people do we have now?
Mustard.
How many people do we have total? So we have... They can disappear.
Well, there's
so I
5.
I have 3. I'm 3 people.
Okay. Melisande, Cora can be absorbed back into Melisande, so the 2 of them can count as 1.
Yep.
Vigo is just Vigo. You do have Dunnigan and Mustard.
They were who I was. Oh yeah, delegate. So
yeah,
that's
but
2.
Dunnigan and Mustard, so that's 2. Vigo makes 3. Melisande makes 4, and because she carries Cora with her. Sig is Sig. He makes 5, and then Mood, you are you, so that's 6.
Yeah, we're 6, and then the simulacrum copies are 2 people, so that's 8. Yes, I think that's in the realm. Right? How many people? 8 people. So yeah, I can get everybody with 1 set of castings. Okay. Oh, me and updates. So I can get 9 people in total. So if we have 1 more, that'd be fine.
If I hold Mustard, does that count as 1 person?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
There you go.
Then...
Mustard even has a token now.
Okay. Then we're gonna go.
You spelled it wrong.
My apologies. How do you spell mustard?
No way.
Mustrd?
Yeah.
Fucking A. I hate you.
Yeah, there's Mustard.
Oh my god.
Okay, are we ready? Does everyone have everything that they need?
Mm-hmm. I got Mustard, I got Sphere, and I got Boy. All a bugbear could ever ask for.
God, I hate you. All right, last chance for last minute things.
Vigo's ready.
Okay.
And tucks away his new lucky lock picks.
Here we go. We're gonna do that, and we will. Wait. What would be fun that wouldn't get us immediately killed? All those places I here. Let's nice plain. I mean, it's
Feywild?
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Feywild.
We'll go.
Elysium?
We'll go City of Brass because they're built for travelers. So when we're tough enough to not get bugged for the 6 seconds we're going to be there. Huzzah!
All right, so teleport outside the city of Brass. See the beautiful ornate gates and the walls.
And then we'll do it again, and we'll appear.
You begin to hear "Hail, travelers!" and you disappear.
And then we'll be somewhere close to Kraith.
City of Brass is technically plane of fire, correct?
It is.
Sig feels oddly at home. He's never traveled the realms, but feels oddly at home.
And then we'll
That
be
was all.
somewhere close to Crave.
That place was pretty.
Yeah, we'll say you guys are about 200 yards or so from it.
Yeah.
2 football fields.
Did anyone notice our sudden reappearance?
Looking around, there doesn't seem to be anybody nearby. You're not at an entrance with a gate.
All right. What do we want to do now?
I say we go check out the Romantic Owl.
Okay.
It's
Solid.
a beautiful tavern inn.
I would like a drink.
That would be where we go for a tavern inn.
Yeah.
So, what is mood traveling as when we walk through the gates of the city? Are you Swamp Thing, or are you looking like something else?
Well, I guess what is our... How do we want to go about taking this city? Like, we want to do it peacefully.
Quietly.
Yeah, we want to do it
Vance-
peacefully.
That's right. Vance said quietly, so let's go read the landscape
Okay.
before we do anything loud. Because if we can do it quietly, we can. So, do you remember meeting my friends? The guys I know back in Dragon Cove or Raven Cove?
Raventown.
Raventown, thank you. We met Mike. Remember Honey? We met Mike.
Moo just kind of like tilts his head, and then the other Vigo
Remember-
whispers in his ear. The other Vigo whispers in his ear everything, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Him.
Yeah.
He has friends that we can talk to here. I need to go have another conversation with a guy. And we're going to do this quietly. And then we have to go loud. We'll go loud. But let's be quiet at first, so we don't announce our presence. So again, I ask, Honey, what shape is Mood walking into the gates with? You doing Swamp Thing? You be something else?
We don't know how they work with getting to the gate. So yeah, I'll be the elven woman, and then
The lady with the puppy is back.
Vigo and Silas will look like slightly different enough to make them look like different people. Kojo
Very
will
nice.
look like an actual dog, and Sabato will just look like himself. And I guess we'll go look for the entrance.
Sounds like a great plan. And we're just travelers passing through.
Alrighty. Yeah, as you approach the gate, the entrance is 5 silver per person. They don't seem
Vigo
to care
will
ask your
cover it.
business.
Vigo will cover it from his slim coin pouch. Broke man that I am.
Oh yes, so broke.
Okay, so 9 times 5, so 45 silver. And I'll ask and say, we've heard that you have, some nice inns and taverns where we could stop and get a drink and quench our throats of the dust of the travel. Where would you recommend we go?
If you're just looking to drink, hold on, I had a name for here. If you're looking for a place to stay, he'll recommend the Romantic Owl. Otherwise, he recommends the Sparkling Snail for just getting shit-faced in.
Excellent. And where will we find this? Because it sounds like just the kind of place these thirsty guys need to be at.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where would we find this? Because that sounds just the kind of place we need to slake our thirst and for these dusty travelers.
Let's say
It
it's
is
kind of
reckless
off of the workshop district, and he'll point to an area. There's a tavern right here. That's going to be where your sparkling snail is.
Excellent. And I will lead the way there.
All right.
Where do we enter?
I want to enter in Thieves Town.
You guys would have entered in roughly on the market side over in this way.
Okay. What's the scale for this map?
Big.
Something realistic.
Not very large at all then.
Yeah,
I see.
No, that is not the case at all. I would say I have no idea what an accurate one would be. Probably, we'll say like a mile wide this way and 2 miles this way.
Those buildings are huge.
Pretend there's more.
Buildings are huge.
Really nice map. Congrats. That's a really cool map.
How much bigger
Okay.
is it than the one we were just at?
It's a little bit larger. The main city for this region is going to be excuse me, is going to be Zinus. Because that's like the central hub for 4 of the 5 cities.
That makes sense. Okay, let's head on to the Sparkly Snail, and we'll get a drink. And while there, Vigo will break out a red dye, a blue marble, and a small green pencil, and set them on the table, and roll the marble from left hand to right hand, which is Thieves' Cant for looking for a conversation. And also, I'd like to keep an eye out to see if there's any markings or sigils on the walls that might indicate any kind of notes from thieves, like shelter this way or safe house or guards or something like that, to see if the Thieves Guild here is active or not.
Alrighty. Give me 1 second. I'm working on something and I cannot
problem.
multitask.
Not a problem.
That is not how to roll. You son of a bitch. I hate it when maps don't line up. Drives me bonkers. All right, this is the best you guys are getting. You'll get over it.
It's a very zoomed in map.
That is based off of your settings, I believe, from the other map.
Yep.
Wow, weird. Because I was on 60%.
So this top portion here with the and here is just the size of the current bar that you guys are in.
Yeah.
All right. Vigo, where are you sitting?
We'll sit someplace kind of prominent. So there's a bunch of us, so why don't we take over this table here? Kind of in the middle and open. I know that someone would have reason to walk past us, so if they were to try to contact me, that would make it easier for them. But yeah, so it's obvious where I'm sitting. It's seeable by many places, so it's a good place to sit. And Vigo will sit with on the southern side, close to the 3 red bench tables.
Okay. As you sit there with your shout out to me, anybody. no one seems to come over or pay attention to you. The bartender will come over and ask what your drink will be.
Well, the lady would like to order first and point to Melisande, but I believe she would like something in a lighter spring wine, if you have that. And I will take what do you have for like a red wine, kind of fruity, something with a little, fall flavor to it, maybe of leftover. Point to the rest. I'll say to Dooney, I said, probably something very earthy and a dark beer. Mood, I have no idea what Mood drinks, especially in your elven form. I would suspect maybe another spring wine. And then for Sig, I don't know. It's either a beer or it's going to be a tea. I'm not sure which way he goes.
Scotch and soda.
Firewater. Dwarven firewater with a chaser of something hot.
Okay. He says, for you, sir, I have a beautiful Yelino from the vineyard right outside town. Your wine would be 1 gold piece. For the lovely lady, we have the Zizi. I'm going to spell this one for you. It is something that you will find most enjoyable. We do not have tea here, but I can get you an ale, sir.
Well, he did ask for dwarven firewater. You do at least have that, right? I mean, somebody's cooking up a batch of that somewhere, right?
Unfortunately, that is something that has been banned in this town, so of course I do not have something like that.
I see. Vigo will add a second gold piece to the top of the table where he's been counting out the coins for each drink as it's named, and said, maybe you've got something on a back shelf you forgot to look at?
I have the perfect drink for him.
Figure at this point I'm probably out about 3 gold.
Yep.
That's fine. I'll let him scoop the coins up.
He'll scoop them up and disappear. Are you having fun, Christian?
It's not me.
I don't believe you.
It's not Vigo.
It might be Sig.
Not me.
I'm gonna love with you. I'm not even tabbed into the game. I'm literally working on something else.
That's fair.
You know what? It could possibly be me.
Yeah. All I'm
And
saying
yes,
is,
I'm having a great time.
since
I
you've
apologize. I probably started this. I wrote something on the other map, and
I
I
knew
think
it was you.
I encouraged
I
him.
knew it was you.
Vigo is not to blame.
How'd you know it was me?
The color of the
Oh,
yeah, it's
The writing.
orange. I never even saw it.
I know you didn't. You were getting the other one ready.
I wish.
I made that joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you all.
I actually went and double checked to make sure it was like that was spelled like that was Boulevard, just so I didn't look stupid.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Even if it wasn't spelled the same way, that was very clever.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I'm gonna ban you. Yeah, so nobody comes over to recognize your setup there, Vigo. However, the drinks are brought back. And there's a nice mug with a top on it in front of you, Sig.
I will give it a hesitant sniff.
It's dwarven firewater.
I will gladly enjoy it.
I get.
How's that hot tea?
Oh, lovely. Hits home.
Maybe he'll have an extra pot he could spare if you want like to take some with you.
This is a rare treat, not a common occurrence.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you for treating us.
I take care of my friends, and I like to do favors, as I said before. So don't think anything of it for right now. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Did I do all that? Oh gosh.
I have the power to bring it back. All right. Anybody else want to do anything? Looking for anything in the bar? This bar?
What
Yes.
season is it?
September.
We'll say for shits and giggles, it's spring.
Okay. Cool. I got nothing in the bar yet till we find somebody. Can copy Silas? Who else is in the bar?
Me.
That's not in our group.
Mustard.
You have the bartender, and you have, I'd say, probably 6, 7 other patrons just kind of milling around at their tables drinking. There's no card games or anything like that going on. All of these people do look unscrupulous.
Okay.
I think once we finish our drinks or close enough, I'll say, okay, well, we've enjoyed our drink. Let's go see what else we can find to enjoy in this fine place.
Before that, I want to talk to the bartender.
Okay.
Is there somewhere in this fine town where a man can get a real 510, for money?
We do not have a fighting ring here. Yeah, there's no fighting ring here. Unfortunately, most people just travel to. Why can't I remember my own city names? I'm the worst DM ever. Most people will travel to Zinus to fight or partake in those types of challenges. Once in a while, Raventown has a fight for new members of the guard, but that's about it.
Well, maybe not a ring per se, but like a hole, a pit.
Not here, my friend. I apologize.
Can I make a what's the word?
Insight?
Insight check?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
He seems to be telling you the truth.
Yeah. All right. Well, real shitty town you got here. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk off.
I apologize. Have a good evening.
That's a great way to make an impression.
I tell you, there's just no pleasing some people. I feel terrible. I really do.
He's only happy when it's raining.
Speaking of which, I think it's going to start raining.
Tonight?
No, once we leave.
So, okay, so Mood's controlling the weather.
I thought Pudge controlled the weather.
I'm not doing anything, but Kojo's eyes kind of are glowing a little bit.
That means it's
Hey.
gonna rain.
It looks like it could be raining for you guys right now, up in Syracuse.
It has been raining all day, dude.
Yeah.
Insane. So
It's been raining all week. I haven't been able to mow the lawn.
Hey, you've got
I
some
actually
snow
had
coming. Y'all have some
turn the
snow coming
pool-
towards you.
I had to turn the central air on the other day. It got so warm here.
Christian, fuck you.
don't
I'm not
talk to me
joking.
about
I am
the
not
snow.
joking.
I know it's been snowing. I'm not happy about it.
He can't hear you.
All right, so we should
Put him
go
in the
walk
other
around and
channel.
see what else we can find in this town. Find people.
Shall we
So-
find a Do you want to? Did you get a? Why did we come here?
You have to take
Because
over.
I didn't want the guards at the gate to know where we're going.
Okay.
So we're going to leave here. We're going to go somewhere else. We're going to find where I really want to go, and then we'll go on from there.
Okay. Yeah. All right, sure. Yeah.
All right, so you're heading
We're doing
to
things
the
quietly.
romantic owl.
Yeah. So I'll stop some young guy in the street or a kid and go, "Hey, I'm looking for the romantic owl. Which way?" Random question to a random person.
Okay. They'll tell you exactly where it is.
Okay, good. So I will head that direction with the party.
Yep, it's a little it's a number 12 on the main map. Oh, you guys, hold on, you guys are on the inn still.
Can't see it.
I know you guys are on the inn. Shh. It's this building here.
Braith is a landlocked town, right?
Yes.
And what's up with all the water around it?
It's not water. The grass is bluish in tint.
Yep. It's bluegrass.
Hey,
Rain cloud.
You should know all about that.
I do.
Wrong map.
I am of the Appalachia.
No, I moved you guys back to where the actual inn now.
Okay, is this an inn this time?
Yeah, so this is the actual the romantic owl inn.
Okay.
There are there's a
So
stable.
the snail was just the box number 4.
Correct.
Okay.
So now this one has like a common room if you want to skimp out on paying a decent amount of money for a room. There are individual rooms. There's 3 triple bunks, and then there are places for your animals as well.
Okay, wonderful. Well, let's go in, and I will. What time of day is it?
You're probably mid-afternoon now at this point.
And it's raining harder and harder.
Well, good reason to maybe have a light lunch of some kind, maybe some cheese and breads. And I'll mention the one point I'd like to, speak to Georgie if I could.
The bartender will be like, "What you want Georgie for?"
Well, I was talking with his cousin, and he wanted me to express his greetings and hope that Georgie's doing well. So I just had another message to pass on.
I can deliver the message, Georgie, but it's gonna cost you.
And what might it cost, friend?
Standard message rate, 1 gold per message.
Damn.
That seems kind of steep. I mean, my 6-year-old niece could send a message for a lot cheaper than that.
Speaking of, you guys totally left that little girl in the other city without a dad.
Oh yeah, we did.
What?
Furim's daughter.
Oh yeah, we did.
I was
Oh,
waiting
you
for
know
Sig
what,
to bring
that's-
that up, but he never did. So
Who?
This one.
Which one?
when Sig had Vigo kill one of the guards, and there was a picture.
Right. Yep.
She's got a mom though, right?
Not anymore.
I don't know. We just made whoever gonna come back and kill us.
She's now the big bad evil guy of the campaign.
She got
Well,
a mom
Sig's
to
an
be
orphan,
okay.
so that's probably why he didn't say anything.
What was that?
Sig was raised by a single parent, so he's probably like, alright, whatever.
I believe in that episode you said that you were gonna take care of that little girl for him.
Get in the comments.
Get in the comments.
Get in the comments.
All right. So,
My 6-year-old niece can take a message for far less than that.
is
And
she
she's my niece.
is she here? Does she know Georgie? I bet you she doesn't. Georgie is very busy.
Too busy to talk to a friend of his cousin Mike?
Make a persuasion check.
He probably just needs to hear from his cousin Vinny.
Yeah, but you know, I am name dropping specifically.
Yep, that's why I said persuasion check.
His cousin Vincenzo.
So we're just here to see a man about a horse.
He says, unfortunately, very busy tonight. But I'll make sure he gets your message. For a gold.
Vigo will pay the gold and lay a silver on top of it and say, for your trouble. And I hope to hear back from Georgie soon.
So, what can I do for you?
We're going to need a couple rooms. And
No, you misunderstand. How's my cousin Mike doing?
Mike is doing very well. He and the family are very healthy. And they're happy to be in Raventown. We were able to help him out with a little problem he had. You may have heard, but he and the family are doing very well and healthy. And said he feels like I'm one of the family almost.
It's good to hear. Any friend of my cousin is a friend of mine, of course.
Glad to hear that. And he said you might have some beautiful rooms in your lovely inn that might accommodate us for our stay in town. And of course, we would not look for any trouble with anybody locally. We're just here passing through for a short time. And if while we're here, we can do a favor for you, we'd love to help out.
Well, in that case, I have the perfect room for someone like you. And he pulls out a small chest and he opens it up, and you see that there's multiple keys in there. And one key, they all look very similar, but one key definitely stands out, and he hands you that key. He says, you're going to be room 3 on the right-hand side. So it's this one here.
Okay. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. And of course, I'll be happy to cover any expenses that my friends may accommodate or accumulate here, because this is the proper thing to do. And it's Vigo. You're Georgie. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Just make sure you put anything important in the third drawer down on the right-hand side of the desk.
Right-hand side, third drawer. I understand very much. Thank you.
Enjoy your stay.
Great. Sorry about the weather. We were hoping to see more of the town and, maybe go see some of the church. We've heard there's quite a fervent and fire and brimstone preaching pastor you've got here.
But of course, glory be to Bane,
Of course, yes, of course. Glory be. And, might have to make another appointment later to go and visit the Reverend, to pay our respects.
As one should.
As one should. Glory be. All right. So I'll look at the group and say, you can come along.
Oh, we're going now? Could we just
We're gonna go. Well, we're gonna go put our bags down in the room, get it comfortable real quick, wash off some of the dust from the road, and then we'll come back and we can decide how we're going from there.
I want to talk to this bartender real quick.
Oh, Georgie, my friend, this is Dooney. He's looking for some specific entertainment. If you understand.
Where's the fighting?
We have hookers. Oh, fighting. Sorry, I just assumed when you said entertainment.
No, sorry.
Mm.
Vigo will head for the room.
If you follow your friend, all will be made clear. Dooney, you said?
Dooney, yes, Dooney.
Follow your friend. All should be made clear if he does as I instructed him.
Vigo heads to the room and just kind of ushers everybody to follow along.
He'll hand you an ale though, Dooney.
I'll follow willingly for now.
Make your way to the room.
And look for the third drawer on the right-hand side.
Are you locking the room first?
Of course.
Okay. Yep. You open the third drawer on the right-hand side, and there is a lock. There's like a paneling on top of the drawer, and it's locked.
I produce the special key and attempt to open it with the lock.
Yep.
Or open the lock with it.
It opens up, and the desk swings down into the floor, and there is a stairwell leading down.
Is that where I get to fight?
Possibly, yes. Let's go check it out. I'll look at the rest of the people and go, they're friends of my friends. I told you, I know a guy. This is how we do business. So we proceed down, and Vigo will go last, and then look to see if it's possible to close and lock the desk from below.
Yep, there is another keyhole that you would insert your key, and the desk swings back up and locks. And you see that there's a spot where to put in the key to reopen it to be able to leave.
I pocket the key in the Crown Royal bag of holding.
All right, perfect. I will be right back as you begin to march your way down the tunnel.
Not a problem.
March.
Okay, while he's gone, and we have a moment to talk, are you guys okay with Vigo playing this way, or do you want me to be a little more open about stuff?
I just
No, go over it. I'm enjoying the.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the surprise.
Yeah, no, as a player, I'm fine.
Just point me where I need to hit.
Okay. Thank you all very much.
An attack dog.
So I'll tell you, I'll confess this to you guys. At this point, Vigo as a thief, quote unquote, has gone about as far as I think he's going to go as a thief. And I'm breaking some rules, but I'm trying to respec him over into the quote unquote mastermind class, which still falls under rogue, so technically it's illegal. But Vigo's ultimate goal is to become a guild master within the Thieves Guild. So I feel like he needs to become a mastermind, which leads over almost into the Godfather figure. So I'm trying to work where I'm doing favors for people, I'm collecting favors, I'm looking for dirt on people. So, for example, I know that the mayor of this city loves to hear about the goings on in nearby cities. So he might be a source of rumors. Maybe we can feed him some. Maybe I can use him as kind of a way to get dirt on things and such. The church, glory be to Bane, is going to have to get removed and scrubbed hard in this town, so we'll have to kind of figure that out. And I'm also been informed and have been whispered in my ear that Iandis has a small manor in this town, and in Krath, but the people who are there are not as loyal to him as the people in Raventown were.
Not as loyal?
Correct. They are not as loyal to Iandis as the people in Raventown were, so we might be able to flip them easier and put that to our advantage. But I think that the Church of Bane in this town, the impression I get is we're going to have to go deal with the fire and brimstone preachers from Bane, and that may be the big look at Dooney. Go, that may be where the big fight is. So hold on, soon, not just yet. So that's where I'm trying to. That's how I'm trying to scope this thing. So I do need to do a little looking around, and I appreciate all your inputs. And I'd like to make this a party thing where we kind of investigate it. And I'm sorry Silas isn't here because he's the one I'd send over or ask to go over and check out the church.
Do we want to send a different priest to a different church? Like, I always think that's a bad idea, to send the person that's most likely to actually start a fight with them that has
Did it
like
last time.
right, and it kept almost.
But
outed us.
he's the one who, right. But he's the one who picked up on things that none of the rest of us would have realized because of his religious training. So
Yeah, so
to me, but we had the conversation in advance to say you're not there to start a fight.
right.
You're there to go and see if you can find someone who's not as fervent as the rest, someone who's easier to crack. And he actually did find a guy.
I think we need someone else there with Silas in their ear.
Oh no,
Or maybe even seeing through their, like, I feel like putting him there, he's the most likely to be like found just because of what he is, right? Like, I'm a different, like, if there's a high level, if there's a high level, like cleric of Bane,
right?
I feel like if anyone's gonna expose themselves, like even accidentally, it's going to be another high level cleric of a different god. So maybe like putting someone else that's less conspicuous in there, with Silas being able to like maybe see through their eyes, or at least hear what's going on there. Something around that nature I feel like would be like utilizing Silas's knowledge, but not having him be the beacon that he is.
Right, but also, I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I would like to point out that Sig is also religiously trained and a rather insightful individual. He might not be as charismatic, but, you know, say I have taken a vow of silence and write all your stuff out, it's a little easier to lie.
Well, again, and perfect, thank you for that, my friend. I was going to point out that of anybody, if I wanted to would recommend Silas go check it out, I think Sig would be the perfect escort to go along because of your also religious training, and the two of you would be the most skilled or trained at being able to recognize and see cracks in the armor, so to speak, that might be there. But also, anybody ever see like Undercover Boss?
Yeah.
Okay. There was an Undercover Boss episode where Eli Manning went undercover to tryouts for a football team.
I remember that one. It was for a college team.
Yep.
I remember he put on that ugly ass wig.
It was a bad wig, a horrible nose job. I mean, and he did not look like him. And as he's going through, and they were like, we have to like pay attention to this guy. But I think the funny thing at the end, I think they would not have chosen him.
Probably not.
I think they said he was like too slow.
Yeah.
And they're like, the arm is there, the pass, ability, everything's there, but he like couldn't run the distance fast enough. And they said we wouldn't pick him. But I also want to say that somebody recognized him, and I think they figured him out, but they didn't tell some of the players. So a lot of the players didn't realize it was him. But I think the coaches figured it out.
I think it was like the coaches were in on it. Like he was a transfer student, quote unquote.
I think so.
I think it was something along those lines.
Okay. So
but yeah,
what
I
I'm
get what you're
thinking
saying.
is, right. So my thought was, we can send Silas and Sig, but Vigo has a disguise kit. So we can do a little makeup, but also we give Silas kind of slightly different clothes. He doesn't have to walk in with all the accoutrement of his own deity, shining off him.
Well, I'm not worried about that. Like that's like, yes, we can disguise him well. I'm more worried about someone looking into your soul and seeing who's there. That kind of thing.
Right. Okay. So, all right.
Send me.
Well, that's an idea too.
Yeah,
but
it's like anybody but Silas or me, probably. That also would not be good. But
okay,
like,
so
it's like
hold on.
anybody but Silas.
Got it. So got a question for you then.
Yeah.
So you brought it up.
Yes.
How hard is it to cast a spell that lets you look into someone's soul to do what you want to do? How hard is it to do that?
I would assume it would be either decent or it would always be on. It's one of those two things. It's like it's either really hard to do or it's something that was really hard to do but never goes away.
And
It's
okay,
one of
so
those two
is there a specific spell,
Not-
metagaming, that you're talking about?
Metagaming, no, but there's a few creatures that can just look into the thing and that can see divine sparks, divine essences. If they have an evil angel in there, we don't want to walk in and have like that be a giant red flag burning there when we could just send some normal rando in there and it would just get around that completely. That's what Mood's thinking. That's what Mood's thinking. Mood's
Okay,
thinking,
and that's fine, and I got that part. And I'm willing to discuss that point briefly, but ultimately, Vigo's thought is that Silas needs to be the one with Sig who walks in, if anybody's going to walk in, because I think they have the best training in religion, would let them recognize and see things. And if something's going to go down, of the two people to get themselves out of a fix, I kind of like both of them, short of being Mood, as most likely to be able to get their way out of a really, really abrupt, bad situation.
are we just game on blowing up the Church of Bane?
Well, if the church controls the hearts and minds of the people, and we can install Palor instead, then yeah. But like I said, I still want to have a conversation because I don't quite understand how the unseen dust got rid of the Church of Bane in Raventown. But if they can repeat that here with these guys, I think we should have them do it. But
That's true. They did it in a day. That's pretty good.
it is.
We also know that at least one priest in Raventown wasn't necessarily happy with the situation, and so we don't want to necessarily go in there and decimate it when there could be priests that aren't happy.
I think to Monsieur Vigo's point, before we start spinning our wheels, we don't know anything. We just arrived.
Mhm.
So I think we need to take a couple of days, go visit the church, go check out the manor. I'm assuming I still like have my guard armband on me.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, so potentially I could get in that way, poke around, see things we do. We just met one of Vigo's many friends. So I think we need to take a couple days and figure things out before we start just well, what about this? What about this? What about this? We don't know anything. So
Sig,
yes.
excellent point, and I completely agree with you. We need to look around first. I like the idea of using the armband. If we identify that armband holds meaning here. But Mel, also thank you for bringing that point up. I had overlooked that one. You're absolutely correct. We need to go in softly, gather some information, and then come up with a plan and then execute the plan. But we need to know what's going on first. So let's kind of see what's down here below this desk, and then see what we're working with to begin with.
Fantastic. Lead the way, my proper-sized friend.
I like you more and more. So what is below the desk?
So as you walk down this corridor, eventually,
The floor.
Hmm?
The floor.
Yes,
That's
I mean
generally
yes.
what's below desk.
Yes, well,
As you
we're
begin
under the
to
floor
walk
now.
down the corridor, it is dark. Eventually, it does open up though, into a massive, massive hallway with 7 splits. You guys do notice that there is like water leaking down into this area as well.
Okay, you say 7 splits, meaning 7 doorways or 7 hallways?
7 different hallways.
Any signs or markings on the over the door or the hallway, or on the near walls that might indicate where they lead to?
None.
Does Kojo sense anybody 100 or 60 feet from us.
60 feet? No.
Vigo will don his goggles of night to deal with the darkness, and proceed down we're going from left to right. Take the number 1 passageway and begin walking down.
When we look down the passageway, what do we see? Once we get to it.
It goes on for quite a distance before you're not able to see any further.
Okay. This is a man-made structure, right?
Yes.
It looks like someone carved this.
Yep.
Okay.
Hang on, back up. I'd like to go back to the central point where all the 7 split. And I choose the 3rd corridor from the right and go down that one.
Okay.
As Georgie said, 3rd from the right. I know that referenced the drawer. I want to see if they repeated the choice down here as well.
Okay. Travel for about 15 minutes before you start to hear some voices and activity coming through, muffled, on the other side of a door down at the end of this hallway, about another 60 feet.
Okay. Can I identify what kind of activity if I listen quietly?
Make a perception check. With that, it seems to be just generic talking. You can't really make out anything specifically, but it's just a general talking, sense of relaxation. Nothing too like rushed or anything like that.
So what is on the other side of that door?
It is a small marketplace.
Okay.
I end up saying that.
Okay, it sounds like it. All right. So I'm presuming this is how we move around the town.
Are we still underground?
Yes,
Okay. So this is an underground marketplace.
it is. As you go through the door and it opens up, there are a bunch of different stalls, many different people, all in like leathers with face coverings, going around to different stalls and things like that, purchasing, selling, what have you. Definitely still underground. There is water like trickling in all over the place. People seem to be annoyed by it.
Is Mood with me?
Yeah.
That right here.
Okay, Mood. Anything you can do about this trickling water?
In a little bit, I think maybe. It's not very.
Okay.
Actually, you can give me. I'll tell Sabanto's eyes just kind of start glowing a little bit, and then that'll. I say, give it an hour.
Okay. So I'm presuming this is a black market and everyone's masked up so that no one knows who they are. Mr. DM.
Huh?
Yeah, sorry. I had a couple text messages.
That's okay.
Seems
to be
to
a
be
black
that way.
market?
Something along those lines, yes.
Okay. Vigo will pull a scarf out, wrap around his face real quick, and just walk around briefly to kind of see what's being sold without poking too hard.
Okay. Definitely poisons, potions, weapons, armor, things along those nature. There's a person claiming to have magical items for sale. You see a small stand with wigs displayed prominently, along with other disguise kit features to change your identity, change what you look like.
To me.
There is one stand that is just for like forging documents and things like that. So there's a good variety of just about everything here.
Oh, these are my kind of people. Okay. Are the wigs of the same quality as Salazar's wigs?
Not nearly as good.
Vigo will move on without saying anything nasty.
All right.
Ah, Salazar.
Oh, Salazar's in this campaign.
Salazar's in every campaign.
He really is.
Okay. All right. So we know that the third from the right leads to the black market. Good. Okay. So an idea here. All right. So we need to go back and kind of see what else is down here. So we'd like to return and head back to the central hub.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right, folks. So if the group did not follow me, myself, and Mood the whole way, come back and explain that door leads to the central market. And then again, let's check the floor in front of the archway and then around the archway to see was there any kind of a mark or a sigil that might indicate marketplace.
No, there's not.
Okay. All right. So I will proceed down, the second from the right and then the first from the right and then go back the other direction until I see what all 7 lead to.
Okay. Eventually you find out that there are 3 more exits that you do not have access to. You don't have the right key for those exits.
Okay.
Is it like a door but then we can see like outside?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a way to figure out where they are within town, but we haven't walked around town enough to really recognize any place?
How deep are we?
Probably about 100 feet or so underground.
Okay.
So 3 of them are other exits. So you got a total of 4 exits. You have 1 that leads to your black marketplace. And then there's 1 that leads to an open area with I don't want to say temple, but it almost looks like a temple, with a big open pit, with seating and stands all around it. And then the last one leads to a dead end.
What's in the pit? Is it an actual dead end? Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
Within
So
hang
one
on,
of them
hang
is
on,
a
hang
dead
on.
end. Seems to be like something in progress. Whereas the other one that is the pit, it seems to be a fighting arena of some sort.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a super deep, like this is the sacrificial pit of Bane.
Oh no.
Okay.
Would this be something of cord?
Potentially.
Okay.
How wide is all these areas? Like, they take like 15 minutes to get to each of them? Because
yeah.
Is it
I'd say
bigger
about
than the town?
I'd say about 15 to 20
No,
minutes
it's
to
not.
get to each of them.
Is it bigger than the town? If we were at
No, you can walk about a mile in 15 minutes.
Okay.
So
Well, if it was a mile
essentially,
one way, the mile another way, in opposite direction, or like
You
what
do
am I
get the
thinking?
feeling that some of this is probably under town, some of it might not be under town still. But it's within the confines of city limits for the most part.
Okay.
okay. All right, good. Okay, so we know that.
After about an hour, the rain will stop seeping through the
Market.
The rain will stop seeping through the thingy, but it's still raining outside.
Okay.
Okay, so again, if the group did not follow us down each of these tunnels, explain to them what we found, and then point to the one that leads to the market. You said there are 3 other exits.
Yes.
Okay, and we don't have a key to those 3 doors.
Correct.
Okay. Could I see through the door to what was beyond it?
Excuse me. One of them leads into somewhere within town. The other one leads to you can't see through this door. Through the people you see like different casks of some sort. And the third one
Like
there's
a winery?
the third one you can't see through at all to anything.
So when we get to the when we get to those things, there's a room with casks,
Yes.
right? That's assume it's like a basement. Did we go up, going down
Yes.
that hallway?
Yes,
Okay.
you
So
would've.
where are we in the city at that point?
Do you have a way to know exactly where you are?
I got like 60 feet, so I can see the building. I can see what's going on upside. Like, is it a storefront? Is it a? Oh well, no, yeah, no, I do. Minnie will just go up there and look. She'll face through the walls and take a look.
Okay, yeah. It is within. It's below the barracks of the city.
Okay. And then the other places. What do we see?
There's the grate leads out into the workshops area,
Okay.
and then the third one will lead into the area down in the bottom here in the shantytown.
Okay, so we know where the entrance
Could you swap the map, please?
are.
What was that?
Could you swap the map, please? Because I'm still on the inn.
Oh,
As am I.
I'm sorry. I thought I moved you guys. My
No, I'm on
apologies.
the end.
You want to put little markers where those things are?
Yeah, I got you.
And then
Please
can
and
we
thank
also get the? We could have done this the whole time. Can I just have? Can we get a little tracing of these pathways, or like assume we'll have the tracings? We don't have to do it right now, but like assume we have the tracings of the pathways.
Okay.
I
Okay,
want to fight in
we'll-
that pit. Oh, excuse me.
So this is the one you guys came down in here. Come on. Oh, you're being annoying.
The inn is number 11.
The inn is 12.
Oh, 12. Thank
Yeah, sorry. It's there.
Thank you.
And then the black market would be roughly in that area. Then you got that one. There you go. Rough estimate of where everything is.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Where do the people in the market go after the fact? So, like, they're in the market.
Mhm.
They're doing things.
Yeah.
They finish what they're doing. What do the people do?
The market has tunnels leaving from it.
Okay, so the market has other exits and entries.
Correct.
To it. Okay.
Not to be picky, and I'm not criticizing at all. I think you have one too many tunnels.
Nope, because you guys came from one and there were 7 others. There are 8 in total.
But there's 9.
I have 9. God damn it.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Vigo.
Again, not to be picky, and I'm not criticizing.
There.
I love the concept. This is beautiful. I love this. Thank you. Thank you.
You had
Okay,
a
so
free
with
tunnel
the-
and you had to
Yeah,
say something.
you had a
about
free
it.
tunnel.
I know.
This one here is the dead end tunnel, by the way.
Okay.
I wish to be picky
Knock it
and
off.
criticize.
Oh, Christian, you're going 2 for 2 tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've missed you, Christian.
So let's. All right. All right, so we found the tunnel, so that's important to us. We go back up to the room. We can sit down and kind of hash out things. And Mood, if you can drive this place out, that would be a big favor to a lot of people. Or
What
if
does it look like
Samanto-
outside?
The rain is still coming down. The water level is rising.
Water level where?
Just all over town. It is starting to look like the South when the hurricanes hit.
Okay, what are people doing?
Freaking out a little
I'd
bit.
assu- I'd assume leaving.
What are the
Louisiana.
guards? There are guards in the city, right?
Yeah, there are guards. They're trying to rush
What are
around.
they doing?
They're rushing around, making sure that people are inside, stay inside. They don't really have any way to deal with this. This is not something that is a common occurrence here.
Okay. The rain will naturally let up.
Okay.
What the hell are you doing? Out of character. What are you?
Out of
doing?
character, I have the ability to control the weather.
Of course you do. Because why?
I'm really
wouldn't
excited
you?
for this level because that's the level I got that ability. It,
You
it
know what I
looked
can
different
do?
before, but it's
I can hit you
interesting.
4 times, once
Yes.
per short rest. Okay.
Yes.
I can resist basically every form of damage. But like you do the craziest shit, dude. And like it's baffling. Genuinely.
I think that's the point.
Welcome to the clutch.
A little bit. Yeah, no, it'll reform its natural weather. But that's good to know. We have that option if we so choose.
Okay, so I would motion that we go back up to the room and then sit there and
Oh
kinda
yeah,
hash
that
out our
was,
next
yeah,
our
that
next
was at the room.
course of action here.
Yeah, that was at the room.
All right. So right now, the things I think we need to look into, number one, checking out the church and trying to find out, is it fire and brimstone, glory be to Bane, full bore, or is there a crack in the armor somewhere that we can get into? Second thing, we need to go look into the manor house and find out about these associates of he who's no longer with us. And then the last thing is we can kind of check on the mayor,
Yeah.
and because he seems like he could be a source of information, and or like a good politician, corruptible.
So Mermon is smart. Right?
Yeah, he sends us into places. He stays home.
Mermon is smart. What did we do with Iandis's body?
Did you eat it?
No. What did we do with Iandis's body?
Didn't Miramon do
Like
something with it?
This will be back then. No, Mermon buried his son and did whatever his thing to have his son rest in peace. We definitely did not leave his body alone because we looted it, and then we had an idea for what we could do with his body. We could do this over planning, but that would be a important thing to if we want to impersonate him, to get into the manor, if we want to question him. I think our lovely
I think we
clerical
buried
friend has
him,
the
and the
ability to
idea
do
was that, yeah, Silas was gonna. We could dig him back up if we wanted to question him, but I think
we definitely. This is another question of. This is another question the DM I don't think you ever answered for. What does the Church of Bane think about Iandis? It's kind of important.
Means to an end.
Okay, but is it a means to an end enough that they're gonna go get him and bring him back because he kind of held this area by himself for Bane? Like, because that's what we knew. Like, that he was running all of the show for this whole area, and he was doing it basically for Bane,
And he was weak.
and he was a weaker one, but he was potent enough to be like, if he can do that, why would we let him go? We never got that question answered, or at least like how Merman would talk me out of thinking that's not an issue. Is that like out of game? Is that an issue?
No.
Okay, then we have this conversation, Merman. We did whatever. It's fine. Okay, good. Okay, so we could question Iandus. Is an option we have.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that I'm just saying. If we were thinking about the manor, I was thinking about the manor. So if we want to try to get in, we can question Iandus on any. If we got 5 questions to ask, if you saw the D&D movie, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
About the manor.
Did you die on the field of battle? Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. I get 4 more questions, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That movie was so good. I had a lot of fun with that movie.
Haven't seen it.
Oh,
Haven't seen it yet. No spoilers.
you need
If
to.
we
Well,
wanna
that
go
was
that
they did that in the advertisement.
That was a
so.
trailer. I know that was a
Yeah,
trailer,
that
but
was a trailer.
please, nothing that wasn't revealed in the trailers.
Yeah. So listen, that movie came out in March. It's now May. You're pushing the no spoiler thing here, buddy. Just saying.
I haven't gone to see a movie in like 8 months.
It's one thing to get spoilers on like a social network or something. It's another thing when your friends know that you haven't seen it and you decide to spoil it anyway.
That just makes it even better. No. Last movie I saw was the Mario movie with the kids, actually. Actually, with Bailey. It was a daddy-daughter date.
Haven't seen
That was a lot of fun.
I think the manor is our best go-to first because those guys probably run the town and could give us any information we wanted on the Church of Bane and are more likely to work with us, right? So if we are able to flip any amount of them, the amount of information we'll have about the town will be tremendous.
That makes sense.
I want to fight in that pit.
And we're working on that. We just have to we have to schedule and arrange things. We can't just throw you in there and randomly pick people. We need to find a worthy opponent for you.
No, you don't. Let me just fight.
Let's talk to the. Do we want to talk to the bartender about the mansion and see what he knows about like generic practices about that mansion? And is the mansion the same thing as the government official of this town?
No, the mayor's separate as far as I can figure.
The mayor is separate from the.
Much like the mayor of Raventown was separate from Iandus.
Right. Okay. So the mayor really didn't matter.
Well, in Raventown, no, because that's where Iandus based his capital. That's where he based his seat of power. But
yeah, it was a weird.
So
building.
this is different.
It's a
Like I
weird
said,
building.
so I think every city's going to be a little different. We can't cookie cutter these things because that'll get us in trouble real quick. So, yeah, every heart is just a little left of center line except you. The kidneys are in certain places, the lungs are in certain places on almost everybody, but you still can't shank a dwarf the same way you shank a Goliath. You got to be a little different in how you approach the two.
I don't think
The goal is the same, but there's a little different approach. I know, I agree. I think, we can go talk to Georgie
let's
and ask about the manor, and then maybe we make that our first stop. But I'm not opposed to letting having Sig and Silas when they feel comfortable making a drive-by of the church.
Why don't we have Sig go first, and then see if there's anything that would like make it dangerous for Silas to go, and then if there isn't, because it's very rare that there's going to be something that it'll be dangerous for Silas to go. Why don't we have Sig go first, do a very quick sweep, look for anything like there's not a blatant Angel of Bane sitting there. Do the quick sweep and then have them go together after we know it's safe for Silas. Because that would alleviate my worries about it. And then we can have both of their expertises at the church at the same time without the risk of Silas walking in and having a really weird divine fight immediately.
Big, what do you think?
I am amenable to that. I'm willing to do a little recon, little bump and run. It's certainly
Okay.
possible.
All right.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay. Um,
But I think we really should talk to the barkeep first and see what he has to say.
I think we can do that, and Vigo will make sure that he locks the third drawer on the right-hand side, and then locks the door behind him when we leave.
Alrighty. So you leave, and the bartender's there. Says, "Oh, how do you like your room? Is it good?"
The accommodations are better than I could have asked for. You are a wonderful inn. Thank you so much. I'm not sure how you understood our request for simple accommodations like that, but you exceeded yourself in every respect.
It's my job to make sure my patrons are comfortable.
Take a quick look around. How many people are in this place?
You see
Anybody
4
close enough
currently.
to hear? Okay. Are we alone enough with the barkeep that he and Mood could have a small conversation?
I would say probably not, but he doesn't seem to be concerned with the current clientele.
This is my friend, and he had a question about your lovely city that I hope maybe you could share with him some local knowledge, if that's okay. If we're free to speak among friends.
Of course.
Vigo would like to while Mood is having his chat, Vigo would like to look at each of these 4 other patrons. And also, from my level, can I see under the tables to see if there's any weapons that are strapped under the tables? Like, somebody would put
make a perception check for
shotgun.
me.
You understand what I'm looking for?
Yeah, no, I got you.
And Mood, feel free to ask my friend Georgie your questions.
Ha, sugar. Now, there's a. So we're we're new. I don't know why he keeps calling me he. But how? There's a very famous. Do we have the name of that mansion? Because we were talking about it before.
The Manor House of Andis.
Yeah, it's just it's just a manor house. There's no particular name for it.
Well, I describe the manor house, and then I say, like, is there anything that we should know about that manor house if we're going to go visit? Because it seems like a great place to party.
Good place to party. That's where the mayor lives. When Iandis is in town, that's where he likes to stay. It's guarded well enough. But go with no ill intentions, and the guards will let you in. Vigo, you definitely see that where these 4 patrons are, there's definitely weapons strapped under the table.
I would like to nod to whoever I think is the senior guy and that little tip like, I gotcha, and then turn around and go back to Georgie.
Okay.
And Vigo puts both hands flat on top of the bar.
Are there any major players that I should try to cozy up to if I want to have a really good time over at the mansion?
The only one maybe that you would want to talk to is Yerbach. He is the captain.
It seems so. The mansion's full of guards.
Not full, no, but there are guards, and Yerbach is the captain who is in charge of guarding the mayor.
Okay, so it's like the mayor. It's the mayor's living estate.
More or less.
Okay.
When Iandis comes here to visit, he's not here very long.
Yes. God. house.
Ever since the gold mine dried up, this place has been lackluster, for lack of a better term.
I'm sorry, the what dried up?
This town was founded when there was when gold was struck in the hills.
Yeah, we figured that out back in.
Yeah, it's in the planning channel.
Yeah, it was back in. I think it was when we were.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you said when the golden eye dried up. I was like, wait a minute, what did I miss?
Gold mine. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired and I'm slurring. I had inventory at midnight last night, and I had about 3 hours of sleep before that, and I got about a 2-hour nap. So.
I love inventory. It's so fun.
It's the worst. Like, I'm done in like 4.5, 5 hours, but I still have to stay all day.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I have any more questions for him. Did any of those passageways go near or under that house?
No.
Okay. And then a generic thing. Does the city have a sewer system?
Yeah, there'd be a basic sewer system.
Okay. I thank him and I give him a. Yeah, I thank him and I give him a romantic gesture as payment and then go back and tell everybody.
Alrighty. Give him a crisp high five. Oh, I don't carry my wallet on me.
Yeah, I think we want to go just take an eyeball look, and it sounds like it's a party house, so we might be able to just walk in. I'm assuming it's getting later since we spent all day running through.
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, it's pushing evening now at this point.
Yeah, so it might be a party. Said it was a party. Shall we go party?
Well, I tell you what, I think honestly, I'm going to vote that we have about 15 minutes left here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I believe that if Sig were to go do his bump and run at the church, or if we were to go approach the manor, I think both those would run over time. So,
Yes.
anybody else opposed to calling this one about 15 minutes early?
I mean, I wanted to do things in the marketplace that could be pretty quick.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because there was
But I
magic
think
items
heading
there, right?
Yes,
Right,
there
but
are
I
magic
think
items there.
the mansion or the church would take more than 15 minutes, and I don't
Yeah,
want
no,
to
I
dive into
agree.
either one of
I agree
those
with that.
right now because I think it's wrong for us to do it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm sitting here about to crash. I'm not gonna lie.
So yeah, let's marketplace it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we.
Oh, you okay with that?
Yeah. So
Yes,
real
Willis.
quick, I'm gonna
Yes.
interrupt. I apologize. So Dunnigan, if you don't want anything from the marketplace, you can just bail and head to bed.
Yeah, I don't have anything that I want to go get from the marketplace.
All right, then.
How about you, Sig?
I will.
I'm
see you guys
interested
in
to
2
see what's in the
weeks.
marketplace, but I'm definitely going to take a bit more of a passive
All right,
role.
hold on, you guys are interrupting Christian.
I was saying, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right, man.
Yeah, see ya.
Hey, Christian,
Adios.
best wishes to
You're swinging through Syracuse on your way to right?
Yeah, on the way home. On the way home.
best wishes at the wedding. Good luck on your
Thanks.
speech. If you
Yes.
need help or something, hit me up in the planning channel. Let me know, and you and I can chat. I'll throw some ideas at you.
Drive safe.
Sounds perfect. Thank you. I'll see y'all.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
All right.
Okay.
So Sig. So everyone else has had while we're in the marketplace.
Yeah, so marketplace. Magic items.
Yep.
What generically what is there here that's not in a normal marketplace is the best poking tool.
Give me 1 second. I have a new little thingy for this.
New thingy.
It's supposed to include all the books. All right. So I need you roll a D100 for me, please, Eric. Let's see how good the loot.
99.
99. Okay. So unfortunately, their haul of magical items for the current rotation, we'll say, is not the best. There are a few spell scrolls of first and second level. They do have a bag of holding and a drift globe for sale. Do you care about regular potions or anything like that?
I don't, but Vigo might.
Okay. There's a potion of hill giant strength, potion of growth, potion of water breathing. There's an earworm.
A what?
An earworm.
What's that?
Song that's stuck in your head.
So it's a worm-like creature that's in a jar. And the person says, if you take this creature and put it behind your ear while you attune to it, it'll burrow into you and bond with you. And while it is inside of you, you can speak, read, and write in deep speech. And you can also cast some spells based off the abilities from this creature. Is it in this current? I don't know if I have that book. Oh, I do have that book. Yes. All right. Here, I'll put it in the thing so I can show it to you guys. Maybe.
This is that thing from Star Trek 4, right?
Ah, there it is. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
It's a thing.
Then they have some paper birds that are used for sending messages and receiving messages.
I'll buy the bag of holding.
Okay. That'll be 750 gold pieces.
Can I haggle?
Make a persuasion check.
Or, yeah, okay.
They wouldn't go any lower than 500.
Okay, I'll buy it for 500.
Alrighty. And they will inform you that the rotation of items rotates once a week.
Okay, what day? Once a week?
We'll say Sunday, and it's currently Wednesday.
Okay. Solid.
Oh, excuse me. Anybody else? And you can get pretty much any first level spell scroll or any second level spell scroll you're looking for.
Any?
For normal people, yes. For Eric, no. I don't trust you. I've seen what you've done with magic missile wands.
Oh, that was a fun build.
That it was. It was a lot of fun.
I mean, I can't think of anything else.
Okay, Mel.
I'm thinking about getting that earworm just to have, but I kind of want to see if maybe Silas wants to get it when we're here next time. I don't know if he's gonna get it. If not, I'll buy it. Sounds interesting. Like, might need it sometime.
Do I know what a derelict is, or whatever the thing is?
What do you mean?
So if you look at
Delicker.
I lost. There's the word. Yeah, the last sentence of the spells paragraph. What that is?
I would say no, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Did I know?
No. Yeah, it's from another plane, so you wouldn't know it, Mel, unfortunately. And as well as
And I'm
knowledgeable as
knowledgeable.
Mood is, Mood would not know either.
Can I? Hold on, can I think of- Is it able to talk? Like, does it have intelligence, or is it just like a? Is it a worm?
It's just like a worm. Think of
It's
it
just
like
like a
a
worm that
tapeworm.
has a. It just has a purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a tapeworm.
We'll see what Christian and Silas say next time. Well,
What
not
study?
Christian next time, but
What study would it be to know what that is? Do I have any idea what kind of study that would be to know what that is? Worms? Nature?
It wouldn't be nature. It would be more like an arcana thing, I would say.
Okay. Does anyone have any training in arcana?
I do.
Talk to Vance.
Good.
Could it be something I could use speak with animals too? Because you have to touch it.
I don't think it's an animal.
No, it's
I
not
feel like
considered
You
an
know,
animal.
it's not considered
It's,
an animal.
it's probably like an aberration or a monstrosity. Yeah, you could probably buy it, and then if
I'll buy it, and I just
yeah.
kind of I don't know. I feel like Mosan would be drawn to that, and it'd be nice, probably maybe to have for future.
yeah, there you go. I don't think Silas wants another entity in his head.
And just remember, this does require an attunement slot.
Isn't that a spell?
So you can attune to 3 things at once.
You attune to magic items, Mel.
Yes.
So you
Oh,
kind of get a
okay.
feeling for it. So, like, you have your magic bow, but you have to spend time
I don't know
with
if
it
I'm
when
gonna
you
use
first
that
found it.
personally.
You gotta.
It makes me
It'd be-
feel.
It'd be really funny
Doubt-
if Cora uses this.
Oh my god.
So am I using an attunement spot for my magical weapon then?
So hold on.
No.
Your quiver is not attunement.
Okay.
You
Plus, bow's not attunement.
her plus bow is not attunement. The cloak of elven kind is attunement.
I thought she was wearing the clothes.
Am I wearing that now, or am I wearing the cape?
You should be wearing the cloak of elven kind.
Both.
No,
I mean, yeah,
no,
you
no.
could wear both.
Both.
I have the
realistically.
cape now too. Yeah. Does the cape count then?
No,
Yeah.
it's a very unique item that doesn't count.
The cloak of elven kind is attunement.
Yeah, the cloak, the
Oh, okay.
cape, the cape of the mountebank, letting you teleport is not, which is the weirdest thing. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
it definitely is.
it's
Then
like,
did
oh,
we just
cool.
attune to the
It's-
orb?
It's not an
cape?
attunement slot. It was like bonding.
Yeah, we changed it from attunement to bonding.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not planning on using
Yeah,
it.
so you
anytime
only
soon, but
have
I'm gonna-
one
I'm
attunement
gonna
slot
buy
right
that.
now.
Okay.
You only used one. I should rephrase that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna buy the earworm.
All right, that will be 750 gold pieces.
Oh my gosh.
I do have one more thing to do before we wrap up.
Yeah, what's up?
So it was another spell that I forgot I gained because it's also one of my favorite spells in the whole game. I usually only get it on Druid, but now I can get it on a bunch of other classes.
Someone else.
So, it's the next one. We're gonna do this once we're back in the room.
1 platinum is 100 gold, Mel. Conjure minor elementals. Oh boy.
And there's a bunch of tiny moods that just kind of appear
Oh god.
and then go into each of my party members. And then they get a tiny tattoo wherever they want of like 3 moods doing different dance moves. And
Did you do Twingas?
I did.
Oh yes.
And they will then be able to cast Misty Step. I thought was good for mood 3 times before I have to refresh it.
I love Twingas.
Yep. Yeah, everyone can cast Misty Step 3 times, and then if you run out, just ask Mood, and he can give you more.
Alrighty, perfect. And then that's where we'll stop for today.
Did you add
No, go ahead.
last week? Did you add my 500 GP to my total?
I don't touch your character
You were
sheets.
kind of messing around it.
I
Oh,
only-
you added the cape. Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
I'll
I
add
added the
that.
cape.
It
Like
didn't
I'll
add.
do certain things, but I won't touch gold pieces.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I'm like, would I have more? Okay, because I did not add it. Not such an ouch. Hope that thing comes in handy.
All right. Yeah. So we'll stop there. I gotta go run to work and do an order. Yay.
Fun.
Yeah, I gotta
Thank you, sir.
start trusting my backup to write the order, but I don't know.
Ooh, is
Not a
there-
great track record.
Well, no, like he I have a feel he could do it, and I know he can, but he's better as just cutting meat for my case. Like he's easily the best meat cutter in the company, 100%. You know, so like I don't mind going in to write the orders and whatnot, but so he's gonna have to write one on Sunday because I'm not gonna be in town. So, but yeah.
You add the earworm paper to our list of papers.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
there.
it is?
It's under items.
Oh.
The
items
earworm is an
closed.
item.
Okay, it was closed, sorry. Also, is there a place here that we would be able to trade or whatever, sell our things that are worth money that we've been holding on to?
You could try to sell them in the black market. You could go to the workshops area or the merchants or the market. You got multiple different places where you can go to try and sell stuff. For the sake of brevity, any mundane item that you sell will be half the price back.
I don't think we're selling any mundane items. I think the big sticking points is those 2 full sets of magical plate armor. I think everything else we could probably find a use for. You want me to go sell them?
I think that's something everybody should talk about.
the plus
with all
2 plate armor,
different stuff.
We have a adamantine +2 plate armor,
which you
and
guys gave to Chol.
Did we end up giving that to Chol?
Yeah, Chol has that one.
Okay, then we have a normal +2 suit of plate armor.
Yes. So
That's
I'll
the biggest one.
say you guys could get 2,500 for that plate armor.
Yeah, okay. Or is that a good price? What would it be to buy it?
Probably about 6,000.
Can I get it up to 50%?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, I will do a little prep, so it's going to be... I get to add another 5 to whatever this roll is.
Okay.
Knowing that I'm going to go into this. But that will also change to a... so I will make that a 10, so that'll be a 25 in total.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we got 300, so 3,000 gold pieces?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like, Vigo, do you mind putting that into the fund? Who's
I think
watching the fund?
Sig was doing that, but he left. I'll do it.
What? I got
Okay.
it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Okay, so that'll go into the thing. And we got rid of the plate armor.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then I don't think there was any other like big standing out like this is an item we'll never use / like never get to use like the great sword will be good if Dung Gun loses his plate. This is great sword, so it's not like we're not going to use it. Then everything else is claimed. So yeah, that seems good, right? Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, we just have
plus
some
one
other
greatsword
stuff like
Yeah, we have a +1 greatsword right at the very bottom.
and a
It's the
silver
only-
greatsword.
Yeah, the silver, but that's not magical. That's just a silvered piece of regular gear. Which again, it'd be pretty good if we find some. It'd be a good like, we find some low-level people and we want them to do a job, and now we have something to trade with them. That was like, here's this because now you can go hunt werewolves with it because it's not like it's not already worth. It looks good. It's not very useful, but it looks good, and it's useful for a certain party of people.
Right. See, okay,
Yeah.
but you just missed the selling point. It's not just a good-looking greatsword,
It's a great looking greatsword.
and not only that, it's got a history behind it. Have
We
I
do have
told you why it is a great-looking greatsword? Do you understand the significance and the history of the enemy slain by this very blade? Why to hold this blade in your hand is to hold a piece of history. Do you not feel stronger as the power coursing through you just by holding this in your hand, young warrior? Do you understand what you are holding? Is it not worth a few extra gold pieces?
see, that's how you sell
We-
it.
We have the we have the smoldering splint armor. Do we want to get rid of that too? Because that's heavy.
That's fine.
Okay, so
Yes.
can we get rid of that too?
On our new player use it?
Nope, he's medium armor wearer at best. So
Go ahead
how
and sell
much?
it.
Yeah.
Sell the-
So
sell the
how much
sword.
could we get for that one?
For that, it's a common heavy armor. I'll say you guys can get it back 1,000 gold pieces for that. That's half price.
Does that happen? Then yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
Okay, what was the armor called?
It was a smoldering one,
And now it's gone.
never to be used.
We had nobody to use heavy armor.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
Okay.
weird running a campaign where nobody's in heavy armor.
I've
Who
actually had
knows?
a
We
lot
might
of
still get
those.
somebody to join
Strange
that
enough.
is.
There's almost always somebody in plate armor in my games. I don't know.
It's like you don't get if you don't have a paladin fighter or some clerics.
Yeah.
It's kind of just nobody that wears it. But those classes are usually used a lot.
This is true.
Thank you for a fun game. I enjoyed this. And were you able to overhear the group while you were away?
No, I heard some of it, but not all of it.
Okay, so basically, to recap, I asked if the party was okay with Vigo kind of driving the picture a little bit here, and everyone said yes, so I appreciate that very much. And then I explained Vigo's ultimate goal is Guildmaster, so the party understood him kind of trying to work him more into dealing out favors and collecting them to set him up for more power as a Guildmaster.
So are you changing your subclass, or are you like
No.
the next level you're taking for an ability? You're getting the mastermind
no.
features.
I don't think so. I haven't really talked to Brandon about that one, but as a character, I want him to mutate a little bit, but he's still taking the thief skills. I haven't talked about breaking over because I'd looked at it earlier, but because Mastermind is also a subclass of Rogue, technically it's illegal.
Well, it's legal if you wanted to change all of your abilities over to Mastermind.
Oh no. No.
No,
No.
you'd lose fast hands for the help action.
I lose all kinds of things for the
you lose
thief.
all,
No,
you lose
I'm
all
not-
kinds of things
no.
for all of the Mastermind abilities.
Yeah, I know. Thief is much more useful to Vigo than being that, but I'm trying to let him learn to kind of do things without necessarily taking the Mastermind skill set. But he understands that the masterminds, the guild masters, are politically involved, and they deal in not